Hi everyone, I'm Sophia. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to work through a short Pilates sequence suitable for all trimesters. So when you're ready, let's come onto our mats and find ourselves in a comfortable position. So just taking a moment to lift and lengthen through the body and take a few rounds of breath coming into the body, trying to find Hi everyone, I'm Sophia. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to work through a short Pilates sequence for all trimesters. So when you're ready, let's come onto the mat and find ourselves in a comfortable position. So I'm just sitting with my legs loosely crossed. I'm going to let my arms rest onto my knees. And I'm just going to take a few moments to come into the body, lifting through the crown of the head, finding space between the ears and the shoulders, space between the shoulders and the hips, and a gentle connection between the ribs and the hips, so just that gentle centering happening in our core. Begin to direct the breath into the back of the ribs and body, and holding on to all that length, we're going to just take one ear down towards our shoulder, gently stretching into the side of our neck. So keeping the shoulders nice and level, keeping the chin tucked in, just taking a gentle stretch into the side of the neck, holding for about 3 rounds of breath. And then when you're ready, rebuild the spine, come back to the center, keep that chin tucked, find as much length as possible, and then take your head over the other direction. Breathing steady and smooth for about 3 rounds of breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back to the center, lift through the crown of the head, ground down through the sit bones, and make sure that the pelvis is organized in neutral. So that's why hip bones and pubic bone are at a right angle to the floor. The ribs are soft and we've got length reaching right through the back of the body. We're going to sweep our hands back now so they align with our hips. And then we're going to work through our side stretch. So we're going to inhale to float our arm up. Exhale to find length in both sides of the waist, keeping the pelvis as level as you can. Inhale to hold, and then exhale, slowly rebuild the spine coming back. So moving at a comfortable range of movement, trying to mobilize between each vertebra and then the next. Inhale to float, exhale, let's take it over. Inhale, hold, and then exhale, come back. So just working with what you've got available today in terms of movement. Reaching up and away, trying to keep the pelvis nice and level. Engaging through the core to support yourself. So as you move, you want to try and let the shoulders fall away from the ears as best you can. So keeping that shoulder dropped away from the ear, neck appearing nice and long. Just going to go for one more, finishing evenly on your second side. And then gently come back to the center, rebuilding the spine. You can stay where you are. I'm going to turn sideways on for the next exercise just so you can see. So again, making sure you're in that neutral position, allowing the ribs to settle, the shoulders to fall away from the ears. We're going to reach the arms in front. We're going to draw the thumb in towards our collarbone. We're going to then gently turn the head, looking beyond your elbow, rotate the spine, open the arm up wide, leaving the arm long to then come back to the center. So gently rotating the spine, finding that nice level of mobility in rotation. And again, you're keeping the pelvis really still and stable, looking for the twist to happen throughout the back and spine. So using the waist muscles to support you and move you as you focus on the stability of the pelvis. Try to keep as tall as you can throughout the movement. Good, let's go for one more on each side, really looking for that lovely pure rotation. and then gently coming back when you're ready. From here, we're going to come up into our 4-point kneeling. So just taking the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, and taking a moment to create length in the body and spine. Let the shoulders hug the back of the ribs, and then use your core to center you. So it's a gentle activation. From here, we're going to extend one leg away from us, keeping the hips nice and level and square. Really try to straighten that leg. And then on your exhale, we're going to lift up, and then on the inhale, we're lowering down. Exhale, we lift up, hips stay square, and then lower the leg down. So we're going to keep the movement going for about 10 repetitions. And as you do this, we want to try and keep the integrity of the pelvis and spine, so not letting the back dip and bend with the movement of the leg. So about 4 more. Keeping the length of the body. 3, 2, and then last one, lift and hold. We're going to pulse that leg up again for 10 small movements, looking for the integrity of the pelvis and spine, so not letting the back dip and bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sliding that knee back in underneath you, supporting the body and spine. Extend the other leg long away, so really pull up through the thigh, try and straighten the leg as best as you can, and then when you're ready, we're going to lift and lower. Keep it going, looking for the stability of the pelvis and spine. For 4, 3, 2, really lengthen the body. Last one, lift and hold. Pulse for 10. 3, 2, and 1. Sliding the knee back in when you're ready. From here, make sure that you've got that connection in your centre, so rib-hip alignment, a light centering of your core. We're now going to bend the elbows in towards the ribs, inhaling on the way down, and then exhaling to press up. So it's a narrow press up, keeping the elbows tucked in, the spine lengthened, using a range of movement that feels appropriate. So for me, I'm using a slightly smaller range of movement than I would do out of pregnancy, just to make sure that I feel really secure and safe. Let's keep it going for 4 more here. Good, using that inhale and press. 3, 2, and then last one. And press the floor away. Lovely, well done. Take a moment to recover, and then when you feel ready, we're going to walk the hands in and come up onto a high kneeling position. So really taking a moment to lengthen that tailbone down as best as you can, opening the hips and pressing the hips forward over the knees. From here, we're going to inhale, prepare. As you exhale, we're going to gently hinge back, stretching the thighs, and then inhale to come forwards. Exhale to hinge back, maintaining the connection between ribs and hips, and then inhale to come forwards. So again, you might use a smaller range of movement, which is fine. The main focus is maintaining the integrity of pelvis and spine, so trying to keep that tailbone tucked, the gentle activation of your abdominals. Let's keep it going for another 4. 3, 2, and then last one. And coming back to the centre. The next exercise we're going to work through is your chest expansion. So a really lovely exercise to mobilise the neck. So we're going to start the movement with a rib cage closure. So making sure you set up in your neutral. We're going to exhale, float the arms up. Inhale, press the arms back, gently looking left over your shoulder. Come back through the middle, look right. Come back to the centre, rib cage closure, float the arms up. and back. This time we're going to look right first, come back through the middle, keep pressing those hips forwards, left, come back, exhale, we float up, press back, this time left first. Good, really press those hips forwards, try and maintain the alignment of the body and spine. Float up and back, last ones, right, come back, left, come back and then float. Lovely, so I'm just going to turn to the camera for the next exercise. We're going to work through a side stretch. So again, on that high kneeling position, if that feels okay for you, drive the tailbone down towards the floor. Check the alignment of the pelvis and spine. We're going to inhale to float the arm up. Exhale to take it over. Inhale, float the bottom arm up. And then exhale, come back to the centre and release the arms down. Float the arm up on the inhale. Exhale, we take it over. Create length. Try and keep the pelvis still and stable. Inhale, float the bottom arm up and exhale, draw back to the centre and release. Good, lovely. So trying to keep as much length in the body and spine as you can. The pelvis as still as you can as well. Coming back and release. Good. Lovely. Keep pressing those hips forwards. Good. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale to float up. Exhale, let's take it over. Really lengthen. Press those hips forward. Inhale, float the bottom arm. And then exhale, come back and release. Last one. Forgot myself. Float the arm up. Good. And then draw yourself back to the centre and release the arms down. Lovely. So from here, we're going to come onto our mats on our backs, as long as that feels comfortable for you. And we're going to do one exercise laying in our neutral. So first time coming down onto the mat, so checking that you've got that neutral alignment of pelvis and hips. So you want the pubic bone and hip bones to be about level, respecting the natural curvature of your spine and allowing the lowest rib to rest into the mat. From here, we're going to float the hands up. And then when you're ready, we're going to extend arm and opposite leg away from us, pressing through that heel. Inhale, draw back in. And then exhale, extend on the other side. So reaching the heel away, pressing through that foot, reaching through the arm. And then inhale, come back to the centre. We're going to keep it going. Keeping that rib-hip alignment. Almost looking for the four corners of the body to stay perfectly still, the spine to stay in its neutral setup and position, rather than allowing the movement to move the body. Really reach through the arm and leg, creating that nice diagonal stretch. Inhale, draw back, exhale, let's reach. Inhale, come back, and then exhale, stretch. Good. Let's just balance ourselves off, so finishing evenly. Moving a nice steady pace, keeping the rib-hip connection. And then inhale, draw back to the centre. From here, we're going to carefully roll ourselves onto one side. And take a moment to align ourselves in our clam position. So organise the body at the back edge of your mat, making sure the hips are stacked and the shoulders are stacked, engaging through the waist, and then align the feet with the back of the pelvis. So from here, we're going to float the feet away from the floor. We're going to inhale, prepare. As you exhale, we're looking for the pelvis to stay really still, and exhale to open up through that top knee. Inhale to release down. So we're working through the outside of the hip and also working on the stability of our centre, our core. Good, let's keep it going for 5 more here. 5, 4, 3. Really good. The pelvis staying as still and stable as you can. And then last one. And when you're ready, release the knees, release the feet. We're going to come back onto our back. Again, as long as you feel comfortable with it. We're not going to hold the position for very long. Taking a moment to organise the feet in alignment with the sit bones. The arms are in a low V. We're then going to extend the leg that we just worked away from us so that we've got one leg straight, the other one in a nice bent leg position for a bit of support. We're going to flex the foot and kick up, point at the top and then lower down. Flex, kick up, point and reach down. We're going to go for about 10 repetitions here. And as you do this, your job is to try and maintain the stability of the body and spine. So it's tempting to do it really dynamically and allowing the back to rest in towards your mat. But I want you to try and keep that neutral position of the pelvis, working from the hip, trying to straighten that leg as best as you can. I'm going to go for 4, 3, 2, and then last one. Lovely. Sliding the foot back in when you're finished. So you can roll onto your other side. I'm just going to flip on my mat. So organising yourself ready for your clam exercise. Soles of the feet aligned with the back of the pelvis. Spine lengthened, waist active. Hips stacked and shoulders nice and relaxed. We're going to float the feet up, squeezing the heels together. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, we're going to squeeze that top knee up towards the ceiling. And inhale to release back down again. And again, exhale, we lift up. And inhale, release down. You could rest your ear on your bicep if you prefer. Just making sure that you feel nice and comfortable. And with this one, our aim is to keep the pelvis really still, not allowing your hip to roll back. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. And then last one. Good. And then relax when you're ready. Let the feet come down. From here, we're going to roll again onto our backs for the second half of the last exercise. So organising the pelvis again in neutral, allowing the body to soften, particularly that lowest rib. Arms are long. And we're going to extend the leg we were just working away from us. So organising the body, trying to maintain the stability to the pelvis and spine. We're going to kick up, point at the top and lengthen down. Try and keep your leg as long as you can throughout the movement. We're going to do about 10 repetitions. Good, keep it going, looking for the stability of the body and spine. 3, 2, and then last one. Lovely. Carefully bringing yourself over onto your side and then up to a seated position. So I'm going to use the long frog here because it's comfortable. So bringing the soles of the feet together, finding your neutral pelvis, lifting right up onto the sit bones, finding length in the body and spine. I'm going to float my arms in front of me, allowing the shoulders to relax. And then as I inhale, I'm going to open the arms wide. And then exhale to come forwards. Inhale, lift the arms wide. Lift the chest, the heart, the neck, the nose. And then come forward. So here we want to create length through the body and spine, lifting the crown of the head up. Keep it going. Let's go for 3 more. 3, 2. And last one. And relaxing forwards. Lovely. So from here we're going to come onto our backs again and we're going to work through a hinge bridge exercise. So carefully taking yourself down onto the mat, aligning the heels of our sit bones, legs are parallel, arms in that nice low V for a little bit of stability. Good, using any blocks or cushions you want to. We're then going to inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to lift and hinge straight up, trying to lift the hips for the ceiling. And then inhale to come back down. And exhale, lift up. And inhale to come back down. Good. And exhale, press the knees away from you, create length in the hips. Let's keep it going for another 5, 4, toes are relaxed, 3, 2, and then last one when you're ready, and relax down. Lovely. Again, carefully bringing yourself onto your side and then coming up so that you're seated. Lovely. We're now going to work into a nice glute stretch. So I'll show you sideways on. We're going to sit up nice and tall, creating length in the body and spine. And then cross that ankle over to your hip. Hip, knee. As we enjoy just a little bit of a glute stretch. So make sure that you feel completely at ease with it. It doesn't want to be too intense. Encouraging length into the body and spine. Shoulders falling away from the ears. And then when you're in position, just taking a few rounds of breath. And then releasing when you're ready. Gently cross the other leg over, lifting through your heart. Finding that nice glute stretch, taking the ankle over to the opposite thigh. Making sure that you feel comfortable in your knees, so we don't want to feel any discomfort in the joints. Just a little gentle stretch in the outside of the hip. Create length in the body and spine. And then focus yourself on your breath, so breathing in through the nose. And then out through the mouth. And then when you're ready, we're going to unfold the leg and bring it towards the mat before coming into a nice seated position that feels comfortable. So organising the pelvis so that you feel level. We're going to take one arm up and over and then bring your fingertips to elbow, just stretching through the tricep where we worked with our press up earlier, creating length in the body and spine. Just breathing steady and smooth. And then when you're ready, gently release that arm and switch onto the other side. So taking the other hand behind your back, fingertips to your elbow, gently encouraging a stretch into the triceps. Focusing yourself on your breath. And then when you're ready, gently release the arms up, draw the arms down, let the shoulders relax. Good, give your shoulders a wriggle. Lovely. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed that. Well done, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.